So what are you waiting for? What's going on, guys? My name is JK, and this is JK is Hiking, where I'm all about hiking, backpacking, and gear. And typically, my videos are about gear or going out and getting into a hike somewhere and sharing with you guys the adventure, or maybe it's just giving tips on things you can do to help make the backpacking experience more enjoyable. In this video, I'm going to take things back to the beginning. For those of you who have been interested in getting started backpacking, but you're not sure if your fitness is on point, if you're afraid that you're not in a place where you're physically fit enough to go out and hike a trail, I want to talk to you today about how you can get there and how to get started backpacking right now. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you find out anytime one of these videos drops. And if you find any value in the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you think it's worthless, drop the thumbs down. They happen all the time. So if you're watching this video on the day that it releases, I am probably on my way to or am already at the Red River Gorge, where I am spending the night just getting away. One of the things that a lot of us backpacking YouTubers do is we go on trips and we don't always log them. We don't take video cameras on every single trip, because sometimes we just kind of want to enjoy the trip. Sometimes it's nice just to go out in the quiet and get away from technology a little bit and just focus on the beauty that's around you. And so as you're watching this video, that's where I am right now. But one of the things about this trip that I'm taking is I'm hiking a total, day 1 and day 2, of 4 miles. 4 miles? That's nothing. There's this huge misconception that backpacking is big miles. And I can understand that if you watch a lot of YouTube, because you see a lot of through hikers like Darwin and Dixie and Frozen who go out and they'll hike mile after mile after mile. Dixie alone has now done the Triple Crown, the Appalachian Trail, the Continental Divide Trail, and the Pacific Crest Trail. She just finished up the Camino de Santiago. She has done so many long distance hikes that I could see why people would be confused if they got on YouTube and started watching videos and thought that backpacking was all about long miles. But the truth is it's not just that. Those folks are doing amazing things. They're doing once in a lifetime trips that I wish I was able to do, but I can't due to family and job and all the things that I have going on in my life. I don't have the ability to just take off and hike 2,100 miles or 2,800 miles or whatever it is that they're going to be doing for their long distance trails. I just kind of live vicariously through them like some of you do. But don't be intimidated by backpacking and think that you have to do huge miles to be a backpacker. What I want to talk to you about in this video is how do you get to a point where you can go out and just be backpacking? How do you make sure that your fitness is at a place where you can enjoy the trail and not be intimidated by it? Back in 2016, I got to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. It is the tallest freestanding mountain in the world. I had to train to be ready for it. There was a lack of oxygen as you went further up the mountain. You were constantly walking uphill. And if I would have just tried that cold turkey, I would never have made it. I had to prepare myself and get to the point where I could get there. And it all started with the first thing that you need to do if you want to start backpacking and get your body ready to do it. And that's make every attempt to walk every single day. And I'm not talking about walking from your desk to the water cooler or walking from your living room couch to the bathroom. I'm talking about going out in your neighborhood, going on hikes, and just walking. Take an hour out of your day and just go walk. It's the most simple thing we do. It's the first thing that we really learn as human beings is how to walk. And so make sure you're taking the opportunity every single day to make time to just get out and walk. When I was training for Kilimanjaro, the one thing they told me that you need to do is just walk and walk and walk, because that's what hiking is. You're not running, you're not jogging, you're not skipping, you're walking. So get out and walk as much as you can. The second thing you need to do if you want to get ready to start backpacking is make sure when you get started, you start with low miles. When you first start backpacking or you first start hiking, you don't want to start out with a 10-mile hike. You've not even hiked 2 miles yet. your body is gonna freak out and you're gonna be miserable. I remember when I did my first hike to train for Kilimanjaro, and a buddy of mine said we're gonna hike a 3.2 mile hike in the Red River Gorge. We got there, and 6.9 miles later, I'm dragging feet, I'm exhausted, my body hates me, my buddy who's hiking with me, he's worn out, and then our buddy who brought us on the trail is just like jogging up the road like it's no big deal. I wasn't ready for that length of a hike yet. And I could have very easily been so disappointed in that hike that I just decided I don't want to do it anymore. Luckily, that's not the case, but I don't want that to happen for you. So when you start hiking, make sure you do low miles. Go out and hike a mile out to a campground and spend the night there and then hike back the next day. You don't have to do long miles. That's why when I go out to the Red River Gorge tomorrow, I'm going just to get out. I'm not really worried about long miles. I'm just going out to one of my favorite viewpoints on the entire Red River Gorge and just enjoying myself. I'm going out there just so that I get the opportunity to see nature, to see creation, and just enjoy it. The less exhausted you are, the more you're probably going to enjoy your trip. And that's the whole reason for starting off with low miles, because when you start with low miles, you get to enjoy the trip. You don't feel like you have to be worn out at the end of the day. As a matter of fact, a lot of people who go backpacking don't do long miles. They just want to go out, get to camp, start the fire, and hang out with their friends. And that's okay. That's still backpacking. So don't feel like you have to do these massive miles. Doing long miles doesn't make you more of a backpacker. But if you're someone who's getting ambitious and you're thinking, maybe I want to do a long trail or I do want to do a through hike, then that brings us to the third tip, and that's continue to increase your miles and increase your speed. When you first start walking, you're just going to start walking. You don't have to speed walk and look like some 75-year-old woman walking down the street in her spandex and her bright purple leotard. What is a leotard? Do I even know what a leotard is? When you first start walking, the object is not to walk fast. It's just to walk. Walk for an hour. But if you don't do more as you go along, and if you're not doing it faster, then your body's really not improving. And so it's not going to enable you to do more miles. So the best thing you can do is to constantly keep track of how many miles you've walked and how long you've done it. One of the apps that I use that helps with this is an app called Strava, where it keeps track of your miles, even shows you a map of where you walked so that you can see the speed and the distance that you just did. Using apps like that are great for tracking your fitness and realizing what you need to do to take it to the next level. If you go out on a 2-mile hike one week, make it a 2.5-mile hike the next week, make it a 3.5-mile hike the next week, then take it up to 5 miles. But continually try and add on to those miles so that when you start training for a big through hike or even just a long day hike, you can do it. I am a 5'8", 250+ pound man, and this past summer, I had 4 hikes of over 20 miles. If I can do that, you can do that. I'm proof of it. You just have to get your body conditioned for it. I know some of you have bad knees, bad ankles, bad backs. Don't let that hinder you from getting out and hiking. My buddy Brian, aka The Flash, has arthritis in both of his knees, and yet he has through hiked the Appalachian Trail, and he is currently making plans to through hike the Pacific Crest Trail. He's also on a mission right now to become a 900-miler in the Smoky Mountains. He doesn't allow his physical situation to define what he's capable of doing. And the truth is, for anyone watching this video, don't let sore backs, sore knees, sore ankles keep you from enjoying the outdoors. It may be something where you're not going to hike long miles, you're not going to do all that stuff, but don't avoid getting out. If it's something you love, do it. I know there are some people right now, you're watching these videos because you just kind of live vicariously through them because you're physically incapable. Whether that's you're disabled or you've had something hit you in your life. Like I was reading the other day on another video, a guy who has Lyme's disease, And since that day, his motor functions aren't the same and he struggles with being able to get out. Live vicariously through the videos. I'm thankful that you have these to watch. But for those of us who are capable, don't make excuses. Just start walking and start with the low miles. Build those miles up and then get to where you are increasing the miles, you're increasing the speed, and before too long, what you're gonna realize is you can get out there and you can go forever. I will never let the fact that I'm an overweight guy keep me from hanging with other backpackers. They might be able to go faster than I can, but I'll be able to go just as long. And it's so important that we take that kind of mindset when we go into the backcountry. I want to encourage you, don't let 2020 go by without getting out there and giving it a try. So what's your resolution for 2020? Are there trails that you're wanting to hit? Do you want to get out and start backpacking for the first time? What is it that you're trying to accomplish in this new year? Leave those comments below. I would love to see what your plans are. Like I said before, if you found any value in this video, give it the thumbs up. And until next time, stay strong, hike long, and I'll catch you on the next go-round. I want to talk about the fact that I've got a mustache hair that's aimed upwards and it's like poking into my nose, and it's really, really frustrating. I don't even know why I did that. I just lost where I am in the whole thing now. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be talking about. Figures, doesn't it? Don't like that. I don't want to like that. Hold on, it's just really not good.